Trump has gone too far. But before we start passing judgment, let's ask, what does gone too far even mean? Too far to whom? The media, the woke left, or too far to people who are used to presidents who just have eloquent speeches for 8 years without action, like that former president from Chicago? Gone too far. The phrase itself is elastic, subjective, it's vague, and often used more as an emotional expression than a rigorous standard. It sounds like a phrase you use when your mate's down the last pizza that you've already called dibs on. It implies that boundaries have been crossed, but which boundaries? Legal, political, democratic? Whose boundary is it? And perhaps most importantly, too far compared to what? Compared to precedent, to expectation, or simply politeness? Trump is going where he said he would, loudly, brazenly, and for the second time. He's not overreaching, he's delivering. So tonight, I'll show you that Trump is working within the constitutional boundaries, he's doing what he is democratically elected to do, and he's following through on the policies which will prove he hasn't gone too far, he's just gone as far as he said he would. Now, the proposition, of course, has continuously made the case that Trump is breaking the Constitution. They'll say he trampled democracy, ignored the courts, and is basically running the White House like it's a season 15 of The Apprentice. Here's the truth. Trump isn't breaking the Constitution. He's following it forcefully, but faithfully. Yes, he's signing executive orders faster than freshers sign up for societies they'll never attend. But if that's illegal, no, it's efficient. Let's compare. Obama signed over 270 executive orders. Biden's crossed 160. Trump, he's simply operating just like every modern president trying to get things done in a gridlocked system. He's declared national emergencies. He's not the first. The National Emergency Act exists, and he used it. And if you don't like the law, blame Congress. Trump didn't write it. He just actually read it this time. And when the courts disagree with him, and yes, some did, he didn't ignore them, he didn't dissolve the judiciary or arrest any judge. And even in the case of Kilmar Albergo Gracia, yes, a deportation gone wrong, the system didn't collapse. The courts intervened, judges ruled, the administration was held accountable. That's not a president ignoring the law. That's the law working, even when the headlines get messy. Trump isn't going beyond the powers vested in him, as stated in Article 2 in the United States.
Alexa, turn on bedroom. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I grow tired of listening to this nincompoop whose basic argument is that the president can sign as many executive orders as he wants to. Now, let's be real about this shit. Obama signed 270 executive orders in the course of 8 years. 8 years. He didn't do it in the first 80 days. In the first, it's 140 days right now. Okay? Nor did he ignore when the courts would say something about what he was doing, he would stop right there. Trump just ignores it until he is pushed. And actually, not even him, until his lackeys are pushed. Like Pam Bondi had to be pushed to bring Abrego back. Because originally Trump said, hey, nothing I can do. Okay, so let's stop being apologetic to a man who would be king. Okay, because all the orders. So I lost my thought for a moment. But see, the problem is, yes, Obama signed 270 executive orders in 8 years. Trump has already, I think he has already passed that threshold, or at least over 100 right now. Let me see how many he's. Now check this out. During his first term, 4 years, Donald signed 220 executive orders. Okay? That's as many as Obama signed, or close to as many as Obama signed in 8 years. Right now, he has signed 191 executive orders. And this fool says, oh, It's because we need to be efficient. Yeah, that's what King says. That's what tyrants say. Because they don't know how to negotiate and they really don't care about the will of the people. That is what an authoritarian says. That is what a king would like to run. But this is not America. America is supposed to be a democratic country where representatives of both sides get to say, hey, this works, this doesn't work, etc. Not just the king. And as far as him listening to court orders, they have to pull him by the teeth in order to make him listen. Because if they just like, oh, well, he's fighting. He's fighting for this judge shouldn't have the right to tell me that what I'm doing is unconstitutional. This judge shouldn't be. So what you're doing, you are defending a wannabe dictator. There's no other way about it. And you really should be ashamed of speaking thus, because, my friend, in all sincerity, you are advocating for a wannabe dictator, and you are advocating for the treason to the American Constitution. If you do not know the history of the United States, then I don't know how you have the gall to stand up and defend a wannabe dictator with his rampant actions of trying to be a dictator. You should be ashamed of yourself.